great family man. I see how you blended your family together. And it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his act.
The first images are burned into memory. King Harris, face tight but unbroken, dragged from his BMW under flashing red and blue lights, cold cuffs on his wrists, police lights tearing through the Atlanta night. It was a shocking sight, just 20 years old, still fronting like he had it all to prove, with way too much to lose. Only weeks earlier, he was glowing on Instagram, clutching his newborn son, smiling like life had finally turned a corner. That should have been his redemption story, the one T.I. warned him to take. But now, King's staring at 5 years in a cell with the ink on his baby's birth certificate barely dry.
King. First off, the kid's a menace, right? He goes around... No, I'm serious. Yo, King, listen. King goes around terrorizing the community of Atlanta, bro. That's a fact, bro. I'm serious, bro.
T.I.'s words from 2022 echo louder than ever. Time will be his teacher. Back then, it sounded like a father's warning. Now it's the soundtrack to his son's mugshot. The old reality show clips hit different, too. Every clash over silver spoons and tough love playing like a countdown to this moment. Talent, privilege, pressure, mixed with a stubborn streak that turned advice into prophecy. The cruel twist? King's run-in with the law comes just as his own son enters the world, making the Harris story feel like a full-circle tragedy. Reports say he nearly clipped a patrol car, smoke drifting out his window, a weapon sitting on his hip. The officer's words were cold. Mr. Harris was cooperative. Just like that, Atlanta's rebellious prince became another number in a Georgia jail as his family scrambled behind the scenes. For T.I., this wasn't just a scenario. This was the nightmare he'd rehearsed 1,000 times. Only now it's playing out under the harsh lights of a booking room.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this. A lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
Here's where it gets messy. The second King's arrest hit the feeds. Whispers exploded. Ex-staff from Family Hustle to old Atlanta road managers claiming the Harris clan might be working their influence behind the scenes. Insiders say calls went out quick, quiet, and straight to the right people. And honestly, it's not hard to picture. Big names have flexed their networks before. Some swear that bench warrant in Pickens County didn't stand a chance once the Harris name got dropped. But others argue Atlanta has lines you just don't cross, especially with the public waiting to see if T.I.'s legacy is true power or just plain privilege. The internet might cheer for redemption, but it loves a downfall even more. If King walks away with only a slap on the wrist, the backlash could stain the whole dynasty. This isn't just about charges. It's about the Harris Empire's reputation and the future of the family name. We've all seen the Harris family tension spill out before, most famously at that Falcons game suite. King went live, defiant, while T.I. poked at his silver spoon lifestyle and Tiny dropped the bomb. Her son sucked a pacifier till 12. Chaos erupted quick, yelling, finger pointing, and T.I. locking King in a headlock as the camera shook. "You're embarrassing yourself and your family," T.I. growled, the voice of a parent at his breaking point. King shot back. "I stand on business. Most families keep moments like this private. This one went viral to millions. What we're really watching isn't just a meltdown, but the raw handoff of pride, stubbornness, and pain passed down through generations."
Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that?
Joking.
No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Man, what is she talking
Man, get
about?
off me. Man, get off me.
Boy, you can't do nothing with me.
The Harris saga goes way beyond arrests and family drama. It's chained to scandal. Once again, Old allegations against T.I. and Tiny are back in the spotlight, fueled by Sabrina Peterson's relentless social media campaign. Peterson insists she's holding receipts that could torch the Harris brand, claims of forced behavior and buried secrets. She's even thrown King's name into the mix, hinting at a world of substances and shady recruitments that could drag the next generation right into the same mess. And the threat doesn't stop there. She says the feds already have enough, while she waits for the perfect moment to drop it all for maximum damage.
What gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
Let's be real. Most families would break under this kind of spotlight, but the Harrises built their brand on surviving chaos. Still, the non-stop headlines are carving out a heavy price. King's role as the wild card is starting to look darker. His socials are full of bruised faces, cryptic threats, and reckless late-night drives. Even his grandmother has pleaded for him to change, while fans beg him to step up now that he's a father. But instead of slowing down, the madness is shaping his image. King's no longer just a reality TV troublemaker. He's sliding into the role of Atlanta's anti-hero.
I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, getting my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's...
Just when it seems the chaos can't get any wilder, the rumor mill lights up. First a viral TikTok, then a flood of X posts all circling one question: is King Harris really the father of his newborn? Gossip claims a DNA test says no, and the story took off like wildfire. Influencers piled on, fans reveled in the drama, and that sweet baby shower vibe instantly curdled into scandal. Some even whispered T.I. was mad about wasted expenses, like Atlanta's first family has ever thrown a drama-free party. Tiny and Zonique clapped back, calling the chatter pure clickbait, asking with signature Harris swagger, what street this word come off of? But King's silence only makes it juicier. As one Atlanta promoter said, in this family, the cover-up always looks worse than the crime. It feels almost poetic. Right as King stares down 5 years behind bars, whispers rise about whether he even has the one thing he thought he'd gained: fatherhood. For a young man already drowning in fights, legal heat, and family baggage, the thought that his bond with his son could be shaky is pure heartbreak. Pressure like this can break anyone. Will he double down, digging in and standing on business no matter the cost? Or will reality finally crash in, forcing him to face lessons even T.I. couldn't teach?
To do that if it wasn't for family hustle.
Right.
And it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your...
The Harris clan is closing ranks. T.I. drops cryptic posts about loyalty and riding to the depths of hell for his son, reminding everyone that, at least for him, blood runs thicker than headlines or arrest records. But Atlanta isn't fully buying it. Online chatter won't stop. Was the arrest a setup to cover bigger scandals? Is the paternity drama staged for sympathy? Or is this just what happens when a dynasty built on hustle, ego, and nonstop publicity finally starts to crack? And with Sabrina Peterson still teasing her reveal, the sense is clear. The messiest secrets might not even be out yet.
Damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know
Really?
what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
Is King Harris on the road to redemption? Or are we watching his slow motion collapse play out live? Will family connections save him? Or will rumors, resentment, and old sins finally drag the Harrises down? What was once hip-hop royalty mixed with Southern hustle now looks fragile under the glare of King's headlines. For years, T.I. and Tiny sold the image of a blended dynasty. Reality TV stars, entrepreneurs, parents who could weather scandal together. From luxury suites to charity events, the cameras painted them as unshakable. But those cracks are wide now. Critics are blasting their parenting, dissecting every blow-up that lands on Instagram or TikTok. Is this just another messy chapter of fame? Or the slow unraveling of T.I.'s reign as King of the South?
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
The irony is hard to miss. T.I. clawed his way from Atlanta's roughest corners to the top of hip-hop, only to watch his own son crash against the limits of street credibility. Is King's wild streak just a desperate swing to kill the Silver Spoon label? Or is he rebelling so hard that even jail time feels like proof he's real? Fans remember T.I. bragging, "It's a beautiful day to not be a Buster man," shrugging off critics with Southern swagger. But those lessons in toughness, once TV sound bites, now hang over the next generation like a crown King seems eager to wear. The sting for longtime fans is clear. Every warning, every hard-earned lesson looks ignored. From the Falcon's sweet headlock to quieter family clashes, everything has become fuel for online armchair analysts. As one publicist put it, you can't play both sides forever. Either you're privileged or you're struggling. And now, with patience wearing thin, it feels like the Harris legacy is being written by critics while the sharks start to circle.
Old to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity.
And then there's King's baby mama. Depending on who you ask, she's either his last shot at stability or the spark fueling his downfall. She first stepped into the spotlight with maternity shoots and glam baby showers, always close to the action but never far from the frame. Some fans see her as a calming force, quietly enduring the Harris family chaos even as King's legal drama deepens. But the gossip crowd paints her as an enabler, maybe even a co-conspirator, fanning viral beefs for clout. With her Instagram locked down and her ties to the Harrises carefully curated, people are left piecing together clues. Did she guide King toward fatherhood, or just see opportunity in the storm? Supporters point to baby shower clips showing her keeping the peace, while critics question her silence on the DNA whispers. In a world built on clout and algorithms, every move she makes is treated like a calculated play. As one Atlanta radio host said, "When a baby's paternity turns into trending content, nobody's hands are clean. Not King's, not hers, not even the fans." Tiny and Zonique, always quick to defend the family name, have been forced into the role of online referees. Their fiery clapbacks, "How in the hell would this person know anything about what we did or didn't do?" might rally loyalists, but to outsiders, it only pours fuel on the blaze. In this digital arena, rumors don't need facts, they just need outrage and a few retweets. King, meanwhile, stays mostly quiet, letting the storm swirl without him. Is it strategy or just exhaustion? And with Ish at his side, we're left wondering, can she steady the ship? Or is she just another passenger gripping the wreckage?
I was trying to get to the bottom of things with King, trying to see if he had his...
Huh?
Whoa.
Why you coming out with this word?
Because King got a little friend, and he be in love, like he's a lover boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, I'm a virgin. It's other things than...
That between him and his...
As the Harris reputation wobbles, the courts show no mercy. King's possible 5-year sentence hangs like a guillotine. It feels less like punishment for one mistake and more like a reckoning for years of family baggage finally catching up. The headlines write themselves. The Harris heir once paraded on VH1 as a precocious star, now trading designer chains for a state jumpsuit, a twist so on the nose even Shakespeare would groan. The kid who fought hardest to be seen as real may finally get what he asked for. But at what cost? Word around DeKalb County says the Harris legal team is grinding overtime. But even influence can't outrun public pressure when people are hungry for a cautionary tale. Prison wouldn't just mean a cell. It's missing his son's first years, widening the family gap, and living every stumble under an online microscope. Tiny could flood Instagram with motivational quotes. T.I. could drop his deep lines, but none of that hides the truth. Would King come out humbled, ready to repair the wreckage, or harden into just another tragic headline?
Stakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
The stakes have never been higher. The Harris dynasty, once able to laugh off scandal with a smirk and a clever soundbite, is now stretched to the breaking point. A son with a criminal record, a legacy under fire, and old allegations against T.I. and Tiny that refuse to fade. Even their most loyal fans are split, some defending their privacy, others calling the chaos proof of celebrity culture gone rotten. As the threads unravel, the setup for another Harris saga is almost too perfect. King on the edge, a girlfriend whose loyalty is constantly in question, parents juggling yesterday's scandals with today's headlines, and an online crowd dissecting every move. With sentencing day creeping closer, the question isn't just if King walks free, it's whether this family can ever take back their story from the non-stop churn of rumor and consequence. The line between survival and collapse has never been thinner. So what do you think? Will this be King's wake-up call, the moment he finally grabs control and shakes off the weight of legacy? Or has the spiral already gone too far, with fame and family pressure crushing any chance of escape? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was King Harris always destined for a fall? Or can one choice still flip the script? Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And we'll see you on the next one, because this ride is far from over.